Hello, welcome! Today we're talking about the first week of NBA basketball, we're watching some highlights, and then we're taking a look at the year that was. I'm Frank Spiro. Let's talk basketball. Last week was the first full week of NBA action, and we're gonna get to it in a second. But first, this week is the end of the year. And for a lot of you, I know that 2020 has been the best year yet. But regardless of how your year was or wasn't, the end of the year is a time for reflection. For us here at Let's Talk Basketball, this year has been, well, it's been a wild ride. Let's take a look. Hey, I'm Frank Spiro. Let's talk basketball. Tick, tock, tick. Pistons fans are starting to feel a little more pissed on. Coach Mike D'Antoni, the only coach whose name sounds like a group of guy friends.
Been a long day.
I like you forever, I'll love you for always, as long as I'm living my baby.
We'll look at some opening night action, and then we're making our season-long predictions.
When I see you again.
So what, like none of this material worked?
Where we began.
No, we started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Let me tell you.
When I see you again.
20 has been the best year yet. Thank you so much for watching. That's been our show. To the new year of basketball. James Harden's list of places he'd like to be traded to now includes the Portland Trail Blazers and Boston Celtics. Apparently Harden took one look at the Celtics logo and thought it was a good fit. Chronically hungover, overweight smoker with a distinctive fashion sense? Count James in. Whether Harden is shipped to Portland or to Boston, one thing is for certain. He wants to be around more white people? Meanwhile, most Rockets players are having trouble playing games. The story is this. A group of Rockets players decided to get a group haircut together. When one of the haircutters tested positive, they all had to sit out due to contact tracing. If I'm a Rockets fan, this is honestly the best the season could have possibly started. You see, you can't have a disappointing year where your star player decides to sit out. If your star player is the only active member on the roster, then he has to play. That's science. The Mavericks beat the Clippers by 50 points this week, and we're leading by that same number at halftime. Don't worry, I know what you're thinking. Paul George took full responsibility by blaming the loss on Christmas, saying that his team had to celebrate Christmas a day late because they were playing on Christmas night. God damn you, Santa Claus. Making the Clippers lose by 50. Don't you see how bad this makes Paul George look? The New York Knicks had to pause their game on Saturday night because of a jersey snafu. Reggie Bullock, whose number is 25, put on a jersey that had his correct number, 25, on the front, but had Mitchell Robinson's number, 23, on the back. This isn't the first mix-up the New York Knicks have had. They also drafted Kevin Knox and Frank Ntilikina in the first round. Now if you'll excuse me for 1 second. Frank, buddy, how are ya? You know I was just joking. Us Franks gotta stick together. Come on, Frankie Smokes. You know we're in this together, man. You know. Sorry about that. Frank Ntilikina is our second camera operator. First overall draft pick Anthony Edwards had a fun quote this week, saying, quote, "I've always loved dogs. I've loved like dogs and lions, but I know I can't get a lion because I ain't got the house for it." People who know millionaires with a lion enclosure will recognize these comments as the things they said right before buying a house with a lion enclosure. Let's get into the action. Here's a highlight. Nets and Celtics playing on Christmas Day. Christmas, the day Santa was crucified? I don't know, I'm Jewish. Joe Harris getting things started with a three. Then Marcus Smart hits the corner three. Then it's Ma Smart who throws it into Jaylen Brown and finishes around the rim. And then Ma Smart would hit the wing three-pointer. Man, those Boston accents are tricky, but I do think I nailed it. Jared Allen with the slam home on the putback. And then it's Aaron Nesmith, the first-round pick, leaving it off for Jason Tatum who slams it home. Ojale goes to the rim, but Jared Allen says no. But then he says, okay, yeah, that's fine, please come in. Kyrie Irving in the open floor hits the deep three-pointer. Would the Celtics be able to respond? Yes, Jason Tatum hitting an equally impressive turnaround three and then hitting the sidestep jumper. This This one was close at halftime. Hitting the deep three there. And then Kevin Durant would just take this game over, getting into the lane, laying it in, hitting the three-pointer over Tristan Thompson. That's unguardable. He would do it passing too, leaving it up to DeAndre Jordan. Kyrie Irving on the fast break. He bleeds American, but his step is Euro. Kevin Durant can just do whatever he wants in a basketball court. Yep, three-pointer. Oh, I want to dunk now. Okay, Kevin, you know what? Whatever you like. And then Kyrie Irving with the beautiful dime to Spencer Dinwiddie to put it away. Final score, Nets 123, Celtics 95. The Brooklyn Nets started off this season looking really good, but after 1 week of play, the team led by Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant is only 2-2. The first two games of the season weren't even close. They beat the Warriors by 26 points, then the Celtics by 28 points. They followed those games up with losses though, against the Charlotte Hornets and then Memphis Grizzlies, which is a little bit like starting your night at exclusive restaurant Masa for an evening of past Wagyu beef and raw sushi. Only to end your night at Arby's for an evening of past roast beef and raw sushi. Don't eat the sushi at Arby's. Kyrie Irving has been extremely good this season though, much to the chagrin of his ex, the Boston Celtics. After Irving struggled last season, Boston Celtics fans were very much on their high horse. Now they're all, yeah, he's good now, but he's gonna be wicked bad come the playoffs. Meanwhile, their breath stinks of alcohol, and then they break down crying about Kemba Walker's knees. Park the car in Harvard Yard. Park the car in Harvard Yard. Am I anywhere close? No? Frickin' wicked awesome Dunkin' Donuts. The truth is Celtics fans have plenty to be excited about. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown seem to be ready to be the next great NBA duo, like Jordan and Pippen, or LeBron and Anthony Davis, or Doc Rivers and blowing series leads in the playoffs. Tatum even did this against the best team in the East last season.
Here we go, Tatum. Giannis switches onto him. Tatum and Antetokounmpo, the superstar, step back three on the way. Oh, it banks in! Jason Tatum puts Boston on top.
Oh yeah, 100%. Bank shot? Yeah, he meant to do that. The Memphis Grizzlies faced off against the Atlanta Hawks on Saturday. Memphis Grizzlies would get out to an early lead. Kyle Anderson up to Ja Morant, who lays in the fast break nicely. The Black Dahlia murders, never solved. But the white Kevin Herter? He's a good basketball player. Case closed. Hitting the runner in the lane, then going out deep for the three. That one's good. Nathan Knight. This would be his coming out party, the undrafted rookie going from deep, then taking Jonas Valanciunas off the dribble. Natty Knight? Is that a nickname, anyone? Ja Morant keeping his team in it with the runner, then the three-pointer. He was not doing this last year. That's scary. Then slow-mo Kyle Anderson, earning his nickname with the slow move. John Collins gets the rebound, the and one trip. That's strong. And then Trae Young. This is Trae Young things, pulling up from deep. Ja Morant, though, answers on the next play with a three of his own. Trae Young finding a cutting John Collins who slams it home. This would be a big game for the Hawks' big three of Trae Young, Kevin Herter, and Nathan Knight. Natty Knight with the dunk there, capping off a great day. And then Jonas Valanciunas looks like a Scooby-Doo villain, tripping on marbles on this shot. Man, that's tough. Ja Morant trying to keep his team in it, hitting the nice floater in the lane, then taking John Collins to school. John Collins not getting a passing grade. But Trae Young would be too much. Look at this nifty move to lay it in. Final score, Hawks 122, Memphis Grizzlies 112. Kevin Herter with an efficient 21 points, going 8 for 12 from the field. Ja Morant has been out of this world to start the season, setting a career-high 44 points in the season opener against the Spurs. He even did this.
Out, Clark on the pickup. Morant off the backboard and he slams.
Unfortunately, that play came in a double-digit loss to the Spurs. As a matter of fact, the Grizzlies seemed to be struggling during the early days of the season, without second star Jaren Jackson Jr., or JJJ, who's still recovering from a knee injury suffered in the bubble. Part of the trouble for the Grizzlies is that second-year phenom Brandon Clark has a reworked jump shot. Oh no. Without Triple J, State of the Union, Morant has found himself the John McClane of this team. No, the Rambo of this team. The Blade of this team. You know, he's every hero in any action movie made between 1982 and 1995. Except for Demolition Man. But if I was Morant, I'd stay far away from international lunatic Simon Phoenix and any prisons that cryogenically freeze their inmates, just in case. With Morant suffering what appears to be a pretty bad ankle sprain in his last game, it's going to be up to someone else on the Grizzlies roster to step up. Someone like Kyle Anderson? After 3 straight wins to start the season, it's safe to say the Hawks are off to their best start since Jeff Teague and Paul Millsap were around. Why was that team good? Young players like Kevin Huerter and DeAndre Hunter seem to have taken the next step in their career. Meanwhile, Trae Young has picked up where he left off offensively. The question remains though, is Trae Young an old man dressed up like a baby, or is he a baby done up to look like an old man? The Hawks destroyed the Bulls in their first game of the season, 124-104. But the Bulls would play again against the Warriors on Sunday night. Strong start for the Bulls. Otto Porter Jr. hitting the 3. He's averaging 17 points per game this season. When Steph steps into 3 in between the Bulls D, that's a Curry. Lauri Markkanen with the nice post work, and then Zach LaVine with the step back 3-pointer. We'd be hearing his name a lot. Oh, whoa, what a move. Ooh, wow, the reverse. Curry with the smoothness. Then to second overall pick, James Wiseman, who slams it home. Zach LaVine using the screen to lay this one in, but let's take another look at this. You can actually see Oubre urging him on, only to totally die on the screen. Not a good look, Kelly Oubre. Kobe White with the runner in the lane. That one's good. And then Steph Curry. Oh, man. You missed this last season. You just missed it. The Bulls would start to pull away in the 4th, though. Zach LaVine with the step-back 3-pointer. That one's good. And then finishing the fast break with a dunk. Look at this mid-range work. That's pretty. Steph Curry simply would not let his team die, though. Hitting the 3 there, then coming off the screen, hitting the long 2. Kobe White's gonna need a map on this one. Gets behind him, hits another 3. Down 5 with 50 seconds left. Hitting the 3? No. Driving in? Getting 3 points the hard way, the and 1. Down 2 with 20 seconds left. Andrew Wiggins can't get it to go, but Kevon Looney would eventually get the tip in. It's a tie game with 9 seconds left. It's Zach LaVine with the gorgeous fall away from the mid-range. Warriors down 2 with 5 seconds left. Damian Lee throws it into Kevon Looney. Back to Lee, who takes the 3. Zoom! Mike Breen has bang, I have zoom. Final score, Warriors 129, Chicago Bulls 128. The Warriors are struggling. Their new big 3 of Steph Curry, Kelly Oubre Jr., and Andrew Wiggins has real father watching his underachieving stepkids piss themselves on stage at their piano recital energy. The Warriors will have to turn their season around quickly if they want to make the playoffs in a loaded Western Conference where 14 teams really think they have a shot. There are going to be lots of disappointed fans this season, but as a Pelicans fan, I will not be one of them. Phoenix Suns and New Orleans Pelicans playing on Tuesday night. Zion Williamson there using the post turnaround to get the score, and then the Steven Adams screen. We're going to see a lot of Pelican highlights early because there would be none late. Brandon Ingram getting to the hole, getting the lay-in to go, then finding his teammate Steven Adams for the lay-in. Then Dario Saric would hit this 3-pointer to end the first quarter, and nothing would be the same. DeAndre Ayton hitting the and 1 turnaround jumper. Zion Williamson would respond with a nice touch on the scoop layup. Then Eric Bledsoe making the toughest shot he'll take all season. You know what? In my opinion, that should count as a game win. Chris Paul finding DeAndre Ayton inside, who lays it in. Then Brandon Ingram getting stripped by Michael Bridges. That man has long arms. He lays it in on the fast break. Cameron Payne, come on down. Today's your day. Hitting the floater there. Then Jay Crowder with the tough step back. Jay Crowder would not miss tonight. Cam Payne with the beautiful pass to Devin Booker, who hits the 3. And then Cam Payne again, just showing off all the flashy pass moves. Out to Cam Johnson, who hits the 3. Nickeil Alexander-Walker would find Zion Williamson on the spin alley-oop to bring them within 34. This dunk by Johnson puts the Pelicans out of their misery. Final score, Suns 111, Pelicans 86.
Which I'm fine with. Totally fine with the Pelicans lose.
The Pelicans started the year in great fashion, beating the Tampa Bay Toronto Raptors. They then, however, lost to the Miami Heat on Christmas Day. Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, the pinky and the brain of the NBA, have been stellar this season. It's just small things, like the entire rest of the roster, which might hold the Pelicans back. On the other hand, the Suns have been clicking early with Chris Paul at the helm. Michael Bridges has been an especially important part of this team, soaking up wing minutes and bringing a much-needed stability to the floor. Bridges played behind Oubre Jr. for much of last season, but really shined when he got extended minutes in the bubble. Speaking of the bubble, the Phoenix Suns were on fire in Orlando, which just goes to show the problem was never the team, it was Arizona. Get lost in those mountains, heat starts to set in. Desert wind blows inside your brain, fogs your judgment, makes you do crazy things. Scream! It's the noise of a damn scorpion stinging you in the back of the knee. Venom running through your veins, you pass out. Wake up in an alleyway in Encanto, Phoenix. Pain in your side. Oh God, what's that, man? Run to a gas station. You don't even have to talk to the attendant because the bathroom door doesn't lock. You barge in, look in the mirror, cut down the side of your back, stapled shut. Then you notice the writing on your palm. You read it, not your handwriting. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it was Arizona, all right. Now it's time for an end of year segment. These are our top 10 plays of 2020. Here to help me count down the top 10 plays of last season, please welcome my tallest friend, Brian.
Frank, thanks for having me again.
Of course, Brian. One last final straw. Let's begin. Number 10. The Utah Jazz and the New Orleans Pelicans developed somewhat of a rivalry last season. A little context on this play. The Pelicans had just lost to the Jazz because of a blown call by the referees. Ingram would have his revenge though. Pelicans down by 1, he comes around the corner and pulls up. It's good! This game would go to overtime, but the Pelicans would pull it out in the end.
Number 9, it was an historic night for the Pistons. Derrick Rose passes to Luke Kennard, puts it away, 3 points. Luke Kennard with a career-high 30 points.
Number 8, the 2020 All-Star Game. Kyle Lowry draws a charge on James Harden. This was interesting because it had the Elam ending. It wasn't timed, it was the first to 157. LeBron brings his team within 1, then throws it into Anthony Davis, who gets fouled. AD just needs to make 1 shot to go home with the win, but he misses the first. Would he make it on the second? He would, and Team LeBron would go home with the victory in the first ever Elam-ending All-Star Game.
Number 7, need a bucket in the third? Me thinks you should pass the ball to Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard picks up the ball, finishes up the break, slam dunk. Handsome man Luke Kennard with the slam.
Number 6, Zion Williamson's NBA debut, nailing 3-pointers at the top of the key, moving around DeMar DeRozan, finishing at the hoop. And he wasn't done from 3-point range. Look at him pull up here from deep this time. Then he hits another 3. Zion Williamson would score 17 straight points for the Pelicans. As a matter of fact, he'd score 17 points in just 3 minutes. That is crazy. The Pelicans would lose, but the Zion era had begun.
Number 5, Luke Kennard gets the rebound. He dribbles the ball down the court. He's looking for an opening. He gets there's a screen from this guy, but he hangs on to the ball. And then he passes. What a beautiful pass from Luke Kennard. Luke and I are the same height and have a lot in common and would be best friends if given the opportunity.
Really, Brian?
What?
You think that was the 5th best play of 2020? It was a pass.
It was a good play.
It was nothing. It was just a random pass.
A great pass by sexy man himself, Luke Kennard.
Okay, number 4, getting into bubble action now. The Toronto Raptors are down 2 with 0.5 seconds left. The Raptors need it to stay in the series. Lowry to OG Anunoby, who hits the 3 to win the game. Toronto would eventually lose this series, but they would take Boston to 7.
And number 3, check out this play. Luke Kennard dressed up like an astronaut on Halloween? What the heck? Luke Kennard gets a pet dog. Ah, so cute. I'm talking about Luke Kennard, of course. And that time, Luke Kennard hung out with his guy friends. Look at these fellas, ready to pal around, maybe do some roughhousing. God, how I'd love to be there.
Wait, go back to that last one. Is that your face on Luke Kennard's body?
Looks like Luke Kennard to me.
All right. Number 2, the Mavericks and Clippers had a hard-fought series, but no moment was bigger than this. Luka Doncic with the step back. That's good. Luka would win it for his team, evening the series at 2-2 apiece.
My number one moment of the year was running into Luke Kennard in the Beaver Creek Wetlands Reservation right outside of Byron, Ohio. Let me walk you through it. Hacked emails revealed that every summer, Luke Kennard, my could-be best friend with whom I share the exact same height and sign, but whose skin I covet, returns home to Ohio for a camping trip with the family.
Okay, Brian, that's not about NBA basketball at all.
Once I arrived in Ohio, several days before the rest of them, it was gonna be hard to talk to Luke with the whole dang family around, so I wanted to find a place where I could get him to myself. And so I channeled my inner beaver and laid in wait in a nearby marsh. And then the chase was on! Look at him go! Like running suicides at basketball camp. And you see, I brought it back to basketball.
Yeah, well, very good. 2020 in a nutshell. That's our top 10 plays of 2020. Thank you so much for watching. That's been our show. These are the people who helped. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to try a new thing this week. Why don't you let us know who you think the team with the best record over the next week is going to be? You can comment below, send us an email, whatever you'd like. If you're right, we'll shout you out on the show. It'll be like being here in the apartment studio with me, Frank. Other than that, please like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye!